Jake podcast. Got my guy Femi here.
What's up?
Jake.
Back again.
Jake's back from Miami.
Number two,
second trip. This time, a little better this time. And
great. Yeah, bro. Great experience this time. Yeah, bro, it was good. It was good last time too, but it looks like I'm fucking moving down there.
Yeah, exactly. And then Femi, first time on. So I think this will be a really good one, especially for the first thing I wanted to jump into was just the importance of consistency. And you guys are two guys that have shown that in your life. You with football, coming up, stud football player, St. Anthony's, and then played at Bryant Division I 4 years, and had a really good career. And then Jake with football, and now into the camera. You guys are two guys that have shown that if you put the work in, you stay consistent, and you love your craft, good things come out of it.
Bro, and it's so funny too, cause like I just did the video for Anthony, bro.
Look at we all that's
consistency
crazy.
wins right here.
We all have
consistency wins. Yeah, nah, bro. Like,
shout out, Ian.
Shout out Antonio. Nah, yeah, bro. That's he was kind of a genius, bro, behind branding that. Like, because it really is like something that it's like one of those things that consistency to me, it's like one of those things that almost it's so obvious that it's necessary and it's important that it almost goes unsaid.
Right. It's unspoken.
Yeah, it's like an unspoken, like all successful people know that consistency will help them get to the top of get to wherever they're trying to go. You know what I'm saying? Consistency is really that's so it's but like I think Anthony's a fucking genius, bro, behind branding it, because it's like that's what our generation lacks. I would say like that's one of the biggest qualities that our generation lacks.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's really like key to be able to find something that you're passionate about and that you love and like go all in on it. Especially, as we're young, taking risks, taking chances, because nowadays, like Nick Barada said in one of my episodes, we live in this microwave society where everyone wants to pop something in, take it out in 30 seconds, good to go.
Yeah.
But like sometimes you need to slow cook things. You need to, really embrace the grind and the battle and the journey.
Yeah.
And go all in. Because bro, look at the people that have made it. Look at the the top people in the world, most successful people. Bro, these guys, they're non-stop every morning. You know what I mean? They're on a regimen. They're waking up, gym, reading, meditating. And then you look at people that we grew up with or surround ourselves with. They don't do that. And then people wonder why they're not where they want to be.
Well, it's also tough. It's tough to be super consistent nowadays just because there's so many options. It's not like in the day you picked a career and then like, you were consistent with that. If you don't want to do school, you don't want to do that anymore, you can drop out.
Right.
And that's like, it's becoming more and more like acceptable nowadays.
We're normalizing, yeah. If
you want to go take up, I don't know, like windsurfing, you can do that. But people don't like that. Then you go into vintage guitar, owning that. Like there's so much options in this world that it's tough. It is tough to be consistent about one thing.
100%, bro. Like think about things like think about windsurfing or vintage guitars. Like those are two like niches. Like not a lot of people are doing that.
Right.
But let's say you get into that, either social media, Instagram, TikTok rewards you. Like sometimes you could be rewarded in a niche.
Right.
Or no one will like any of your fucking posts. And that's where it's like, maybe 5 years down the line of fucking with vintage guitars, something blows up.
Right.
Something happens. But for 5 years, bro, vintage guitars, not many people give a fuck about vintage guitars, and you're going to get horrible engagement.
Right.
So you're going to...
Yeah, it's a shot in the dark, Like my buddy down in Texas has his, vintage guitars, and once in a blue moon, he'll sell a $500,000 guitar, and it's like a high ticket item, and it's very niche-y. But there is a community, and there's a few of their leaders like that have that they made their mark.
Yeah.
And it's tough to get into that, but like you said, it is very niche-y. But something like fitness, being a fitness model or fitness Instagrammer, like you could be consistent, but it just takes that right view, the right eyes, the right people to see your content and your engagement, and you're off.
Yeah. I think people jump ship too quick though. You know what I mean? I feel like people are really like stuck on this overnight success because what they see on Instagram and TikTok and social media, YouTube. But like a lot of the time, bro, there's a few scenarios where people blow up overnight.
Right.
You know what I mean? There is. But even when you do that, you still have to maintain that success. If you blow up on one video and you never pump out anything ever again, bro, you're gonna, you know what I mean? You're not gonna reach that trajectory that you were on pace for.
Yeah.
So I feel like, I mean, I did it in my life with basketball where I felt I left schools. I transferred too many times. I wish I would have just went all in on one school and really just, you know, took the time and just dedicated everything to like one school. Because a lot of the guys I went to JUCO with, the guys that were 2-year guys at the junior college level, when you saw what they did in 2 years and they just owned it and, you know, put their hands in the dirt and got it out the mud, bro, they were successful. Like a lot of the guys like went high major Division 1, you know, and now they're having success because of that. Someone like me and a bunch of my other friends, you know, things didn't work out at the first JUCO, we left. Went to another JUCO, transferred. So it's like I went to 5 colleges, and I feel like if I would have just stayed at one and really went all in on it, my life could be a little different right now for basketball.
But like for you, like why didn't like we've talked about it, but like to the viewers, like why what reasonings did you have for leaving?
Well, I feel like when we're young, we think we're a lot better than we are, you know, and I put in a lot of time, but playing basketball in Long Island, like, you really don't understand there's really levels to this shit in the basketball world.
Yeah.
So it's like I went down to Alabama, and I had the #1 JUCO player in the country on my team.
Right.
And I realized that first day of, like, open gym. Coach really didn't give me a chance in preseason, in scrimmages. New coach came in, he didn't recruit me. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to redshirt.
Yeah.
Redshirt transferred. Went to another school, had a good year. Coach that recruited me left. Yeah, I'm going to go NAIA. You know, I was just so, like, I don't know. I was not patient in the process. I didn't trust the process enough.
Right.
Where now at 24, I look back at like a young version of myself, and I was like, yo, I wish, you know, I could go back as a 19, 20-year-old and really take advantage of the opportunity that I had. Because, like I said, the guys I came up with, bro, the guys that really just did it for 2 years. 2 guys that come to mind. Jason Holiday did 2 years at Bossier. He went to Murray State. Now he's at Southern. And then Eric Reed, my teammate at Howard, he did 2 years at Howard. Didn't complain, just did what he had to do, and now he's at Southeastern Missouri. And he's probably the best player on the team. Division 1, he'll be a pro. You know, so like those are 2 examples that I played side by side with, and I just think that can correlate to the rest of your life and just not jumping ship too quick.
Well, I mean, also I think the inverse could be said as well. I stayed at a school for 5 years. I had 3 head coaches. I didn't leave. You know, I stayed there, and you know, I have friends, you know, first-round draft picks. I have friends in the NFL right now who all said, like, if I would either walked on a school at a high school or if I would have transferred, you know, I'd still be playing right now.
Yeah.
You know, I was just with him last night, and he was saying the same thing. You know, it's still not impossible for me to get a pro day. And, like, I should have jumped ship. You know, all the red flags were there. Jake was telling me every day, call it quits, let it go, like, leave Bryant. And I stayed. And, you know, for better or worse, here I am. Here's where I'm at. You know?
Better as fuck. See, that's kind of what I'm getting at. Is like, bro, like when you were telling your story just now, like I kind of wanted to devil's advocate you, bro, because like, bro, like you're like if you would have stayed playing basketball, then you wouldn't be doing this. So So now who knows where you could have gone? Right. Like we don't really know. I really think, bro, the guiding factor through it all is like obviously consistent. Like once again, bro, like consistency is a point, bro. I feel like we don't even have to nail down because, bro, it should just be common sense to people. I mean, like obviously the only success that I've had, like the reason why I'm somewhat successful now with the camera shit is because I've done it every day for at least a minimum of 4 hours a day for the past year and a half. You know, and that's nothing. Who knows what it's going to be like when I continue this for 5 years. Who knows what my film's going to look like then? 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. We're young. We're going to be doing this shit for 30 fucking years. But I don't plan on fucking stopping. So who knows? Consistency is the shit, bro. Yeah. But like, when it comes to you leaving your schools and you not leaving your schools, bro, for me, it's really just about, like, and I was listening to Mike Stud today. For me, it's just about feeling. Like your feeling is what needs to guide you, and that's why I love spirituality. That's why I love talking about this shit, and that's why I love the present moment.
Right.
We literally read books. Like we'll read a 300-page fucking book to help us live here now. Something so primal. And the reason why it's so goddamn important to live here now is because if you're living in this present moment, then you can you can trust your instincts. Anytime you've ever had a big decision, you'll probably do some planning. But how often do you plan something? I'm going to ask you guys this.
Mm-hmm.
Like think about times in your life when you've planned something, and the viewer too. Like think about like a time in your life where you've planned something and you really think about it. You think about it. You might even get on the whiteboard. You talk to other people, get their opinions, and then it gets to the day of that decision, and you change your mind last second.
It goes out the window.
So life is really just a split. It's really just a series of split second decisions.
Yeah, kind of like reacting, you know, just
Yes.
like going with the flow and just being in flow state. Because I feel like that's when you're at your best.
100%.
When you don't think, you know. And then sports, football, you can't think.
No, you don't.
You got to play. Basketball,
Yes.
if you're thinking the game, it's too
over.
late.
It's over.
Yeah, it's too late. And that's why, I mean, in The Power of Now, there was a part in the book where he said if there was no humans left on Earth and you went up to a bird or a tree and you asked them, what time is it? They'd be like, now.
Now.
What do you mean? What time is it? And if we, you know, I mean, if you kind of think like an animal or kind of like primal, like you said,
Yeah.
I mean, time really is... It's not real.
It's
almost.
construct.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it is. Yeah.
It's nice to have goals and things to work for, right? And to like, but even purpose to a certain extent. It's like my purpose is to be a filmmaker. That's man-made. Like film wasn't around 1,500 years ago, 500 years ago. Like maybe I was a storyteller, but what I'm saying is like, bro, and that's why like the time and goals and planning. Sometimes we stress the fuck out about these things, and like really like some of it is they're just worries.
Right.
That's why, and bro, like, this is going to be a point that's drilled and drilled and drilled on your podcast, on my podcast. If you ever start a podcast and have me on, I'm going to drill this, bro. And it probably sounds like I'm saying the same thing over and over and over again. Because, like, if you ask me my core values, number one would be living in the present moment. Because, like, going back to reactions, bro, you know how many fucking times, like today, bro, my friend went to poke me, and I had my eyes closed, and I sensed something was there, opened my eyes, and just grabbed his wrist. Like, split second, you know? Or, like, if you're gonna fight someone, they'll throw a punch, and hopefully you have you can do that. When you're playing football, everything's in the moment. Sports, whatever, fucking anything that requires... Like they say, like danger is a good way to get into a flow state. That's why I love riding fucking motorcycles, bro.
Because then that unlocks your subconscious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And those are the moments where a lot of times you don't even remember. Because, I mean, long story short, I definitely didn't tell you, I don't know if I ever told you, but I got chased by the KKK.
What?
Swear to God.
What?
Put that on my mother. I swear to God.
Where the fuck were you?
Sweet Hollow. In the
on
cemetery.
The KKK?
Yes.
Oh my God.
But I was with Jason Medina, rest in peace.
Rip.
John Carlos, Steven, Faros, Nima, and Jimmy. And we went there like 2 a.m, bro. And I saw one guy with like a white cloak. He was kind of trailing us. We were up. So the cemetery, to paint the picture, kind of goes up, flattens out, and then it goes up again. So we're on that second. So I'm looking back. I see one guy, white cloak, might have like something in his hand, nothing dangerous, doesn't look like. So we're like, yo, let's see who that is. We got 6 guys with us.
Right.
But we take about 4 or 5 steps towards him. On my life, bro, on my mother. 40 of these guys, all dressed the same, start coming up the hill, out the woods from the left and the right.
Jesus
Bro,
Christ.
some of them were on all fours.
What was this?
Junior year.
Fuck.
Yes. Jumping on the tombstones. I don't know if this was a prank.
Out.
If this was a prank, this was the best prank of all time. And if it was real, they were really just trying to scare us and spook us. So, bro, we take off and we're running to the back of the cemetery. The fence ends.
RJC.
Yeah. Funny story about JC. You know, JC, bro, as soon as we
He's
turned.
a little bigger guy.
So, funny you bring that up because that definitely played a part in this situation.
Right.
JC turns, there's a bench, knee right to the bench. It's like a movie. He's like, leave me, bro. I'm like, yo, get your ass on. Grab him by his shirt.
Leave me.
So I get to the fence. Me and Nima first tube the fence. It's like this raggedy barbed wire fence. I just dig in, bro. I cut myself, flip myself over. We're on the northern state.
Life or death, yeah.
We're on the northern state. Nima, Jason, and Jimmy couldn't get over. They start running down the fence line into the woods, hoping it ended. They finally got over. We start cursing each other out. Crazy, you know what I mean? And this all happened. You can ask those 5 guys, 4 guys.
40? There's 40 of the KKK?
30 to 40. 100%, bro. I would not make that up. But that to my point, the subconscious, bro, like, I remember that so vividly, but as
you weren't
it was
even there.
Bro, as it was happening, I was not trying to die.
I mean, bro, at that point, your fight or flight, like, engages.
No, bro, like, it was just,
flight.
I didn't even
40,
think.
Flight.
Bro, I was like, run! All I screamed was run.
Yeah.
And, bro, we just took off, and it was just like, you know what I mean? Just like every man for themselves. Like, we really wanted everyone, but I was like, yo, I gotta live. You know what I mean?
Survival of the fittest, bro.
Right.
And that's the time for it. That's the time where I'm like, oh, you guys should have been working out.
I'm so glad I'm Division 1 running back.
I made sure I was first to the fence, bro.
Oh my god.
Bro, but like, even like my heart's like, because like that moment, it was crazy. I was 17. I was 17. And they probably, maybe they wouldn't have done anything to us. Maybe they were just trying to spook us to get us out of there. Because I know they have like things that go on over there, meetings, whatever. But that was probably like the craziest thing that ever happened in my life, where my subconscious just kicked in and I wasn't thinking. It was just, felt like a movie. Felt like I was just playing a character in a movie. It was insane. Yeah, it was
How much lessons can you gain from a near-death experience?
Infinite. You could do the same experience over and over again and learn a new lesson every time.
Yeah.
That's why psychedelics are awesome.
Yeah. Like think about how many times you almost died on your bike.
You know what's scary about the bike? I still don't even consider it dangerous.
Yeah, you dirty bastard.
Don't even consider it dangerous, bro. Yeah. But besides that whole point, that's a crazy fucking story, bro.
Yeah, I told that in sociology class at Whitman, and you had to tell a story, and the class had to vote whether it was true or false. Everyone voted false, except for 2 of my boys that knew the story.
Yeah.
And no one believed me. Teacher didn't believe me, and I was like, why would I make that up? How could I have such a vivid description of exactly what happened?
Yeah.
And I left out a lot of parts, time consuming, but bro, there were so many little things that I remember so detailed that how could I make that up? Why would I lie about that? And bro, it happened. And that's why I said, if it was a prank, awesome prank, y'all got us.
Yeah.
But if it was real, bro, I mean, I treated it like it was real.
No, I mean, that's like not even something cool to, bro. I'm at the point, I'm not even gonna say anything on it, but yeah, no, that's, I'm glad you're okay, bro. I'm glad you made it out of there alive, bro.
I mean, have you guys had any, like, serious, like, life or death situations where you had to...
Yeah.
Bro, he's almost died 1,000,000 times, bro.
More
So
times
give me your number 1.
Well, my fight or flight, dude, there's tons, man. I crashed my charger, my SRT charger into a pole.
He's someone that I don't believe, by the way, on all.
Oh, yeah. He calls bullshit on 99% of my stories until
bro.
I fucking prove them.
No, he usually has, he actually has proof, like pictures and...
I'll show everything, people. Swimming with sharks. I've had like a 12-foot bull shark come after me. My boy was witnessing the whole thing. Like, between that, the heart surgeries, cracking my skull in college football, like, the stabbing, like, dude, it's just, it's like endless for me,
Yeah.
Like, I've almost died at like in a random island in Wyoming with no cell phone, no service, stranded on an island. The boat engine fell into the water. And like my father is like in his 50s trying to yank this thing out of the ocean. I'm a kid. And I tripped and my arm went through a dead tree. I was running through the woods like Tarzan. Mm-hmm. Tripped, my arm went through a dead tree, and one of the pieces of the bark went through my arm. Mm-hmm. Like speared me.
Jesus
right
Christ.
through my arm. I tattooed over it. but like I still have like some of the remnants in my hand.
Jesus.
And like,
What was that?
this is probably like going back like 8 years.
See, this is what I'm saying. I don't even know about that story. That's why I be calling bullshit on him, bro. It's like, that's a crazy fucking story.
You know,
bro. A spear went through his arm.
I still got the scars, man.
You know what I'm saying, bro? I don't even know that. Like, I feel like you tell your boys that.
Look, right here. You see it goes all the way up. It goes through my hand.
Wow.
And bro, I was bleeding, like bleeding out. We're trying to flag down people on a lake in Wyoming.
You're putting pressure on the wound.
My brother at that time, like Halo and Call of Duty was like just dropping, like the good games.
Right. Wait.
He tried to make like a tourniquet out of his like underwear, like takes it off, like
Right.
terrible. It's not doing anything. It's not even tight. I'm bleeding out. Like long story short, you know, God willing, a boat, a husband and wife rented a boat that day, a little dinghy, little.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking when you're bleeding like that, though? What are you thinking?
Nothing. I put my head against my dad, and I was in that moment. I was just with my dad, and whatever happens, like, I knew he was gonna do what he could.
Yeah,
bro.
think about what you get out of those like situations though. Like, I mean, bro, you got to become so much more grateful. You know what I mean? Just for life itself, because it's so scary. You know what I mean? Because none of us know.
Right,
you know, we can all have beliefs.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, none of us know what's gonna happen in those situations where, you know, you never know when it could be your last breath or whatever. So like, I feel like the things you can gain from those experiences to turn a negative into a positive. You know what I mean? It could shape you. It could change your mindset. You know, you could take a lot out of those situations if you're blessed enough, obviously, to stay alive.
Yeah,
Bro, we need to make rolling with the punches cool. Like we need to make like just going with the flow of life cool and understanding that everything isn't sunshine and rainbows.
Right.
That's fucking, bro, like Buddhism. That's Buddhism. All Buddhism is life is suffering. There you go. Life is suffering.
Yeah.
You know, it's but like that sounds bleak, but like it's life is suffering, and then the cause of suffering, and then the end of suffering, and then the eightfold path out of suffering. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but that's like the way we exist, the way most human beings exist, bro. It's just on like this worried level, and think about like a near death experience, bro. When you have an illness, or something is going south, all you're thinking about is that illness, something going south. Bro, I took a plane today. I can't hear it on my right ear, and right now I don't give a fuck about my taxes or how I'm gonna get to Miami or girls. I just give a shit about when my hearing is gonna come back.
Right.
You know? So, like, that's it. Worrying, like, for any, like, that's just, it's such a stupid waste of stupid time.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, yeah.
It's ridiculous. And, worrying is really crazy, bro, because people think, like, if I can just get past this one problem, then I'll be good, I'll be content. Bro, my hearing, this is my problem of the day. Tomorrow I'm going to wake up, and God willing, I'll be able to hear again. Finances will be the next issue. I closed a $10,000 deal. Next day, found out ex-girlfriend was with this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just
never ended.
It's one thing after the next. You know, and you can't. The people that worry, they're habitual worriers. You know, it's like a habit.
Yeah.
You know, I notice the people that are always the most stressed out, the ones that usually don't make it. Honestly, from my experience and what I've seen, the people that are always worrying about, you know, what they think of me, what other people are judging me, what car I'm driving, what job I have, am I doing well at work, am I a good boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. Like, those are the people that usually just, they look for the first stable thing they can and then they grab onto it. And then boom, complacency sets in, and that's the worst disease in the world.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Why? Why is complacency the worst disease in the world? Tell me about that.
Bro, being complacent is you're capping your potential in a world where, like, I think you agree with me, like, I think the human potential is almost endless. It's endless.
My God.
You know? And capping that just to do a 9 to 5 like I was in. You know, I capped myself working at a tech company.
That's what it does.
I capped it. I was like,
that's
okay,
what that
I'm
lifestyle
good.
does.
And he woke me out of that. He got me out of it. Yeah, it was good money. Hours were miserable. I wasn't happy. You know, I'm 24. I'm getting grays. You know, like, I was stressing all this stuff out because I capped my potential. And right now, I'm like kind of like in a limbo spot figuring out. But I know whatever happens to me next is going to exceed the potential that I already capped myself at months ago.
Bang.
So that's why it's worth it.
Bang.
Yeah.
That's why this whole thing is worth it. And
Yeah.
I always say complacency is a sickness that they teach in school. You know, I was in class. I was fortunate to grow up with, you know, a father that was very successful. And, you know, making $500,000 to $1 million a year is more than realistic for me. Other people
Right.
aren't like that. I went to college. I was in economics class, and they asked, you know, what's like a desired, you know, salary for some kids, like who wants to make $100,000 a year? Everyone raised their hand. You know, who would need more than that to live? No one raised their hand.
Yeah.
Most people were
So I didn't raise my
Program.
hand. I sat in front. Athletes had to sit in front. And my teacher asked me why didn't I raise my hand. I was like, that's not enough. He goes, what's enough? I go, anything less than like $500,000 a year, I'm a failure. And he actually like laughed. He like smirked.
Yeah.
He said, choose something realistic. I was like, and then being
Choose something realistic.
a dickhead, you know, as a student, I was.
And you're
cocky.
realistic, by the
Yeah.
way. You're actually a realistic
Oh,
guy.
absolutely.
You're not like a delusional. You're not as optimistic as I am.
No, I'm very like.
By the numbers.
I'm a realist.
Yeah.
To the core. I'm
Yeah.
a very like technical guy. I'm very left brained. But when he said that, like, what's a realistic number? I said, all right, $1 million. Realistically, $1 million. That's my target in my head. $1 million a year. And
Very doable.
you know, I can raise a family how I want to raise them. You know,
Yeah.
I can give them the best healthcare. God forbid, you know, they're ever sick or something like my father did for me, my heart surgery,
Yeah.
my mother, whatever. Like I could take care and provide for my kids and give them such a life.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact the other 28 kids in that class who said they're okay with $100,000, they capped their potential. They capped it. You know, and I hope they all make well, and I hope they're all doing well. But you know, from that mindset that college and those institutions are putting into these kids' heads,
Right.
it's sick.
Thinking small.
Yeah.
Thinking extremely, extremely small, bro. I've always had a problem with that, bro. And like that might be like one of my best qualities, bro, is like how large I can think about certain things.
So as you go into that, how important for us, say us three, right? We were fortunate enough and blessed enough to have parents that supported us
Right.
and, you know, helped us chase our dreams.
Yep.
So I feel like I spoke to my guy Huss at the gym the other day, and he was just talking to me about, he's like, yo, while you're young, bro, take advantage of the opportunity that you have and take risks, take chances.
Absolutely.
Because he was 20, I think he says 29,
Yeah.
28 now.
Yeah.
And he said, like, you know, he wishes he took those chances.
Right.
So I feel like all three of us, we're all in a spot where we have the opportunity, but like that window, it gets smaller and smaller every year. You know what I mean? And some people have larger windows, some people have smaller windows, but one day that window is going to close.
Absolutely.
And then that's when I feel like a lot of people take that complacency route because they're scared of the what if I don't. Because some people aren't fortunate enough to have a fallback plan, like a family or a place to stay. Like a lot of kids probably have more expenses than we do.
Right.
You know,
Paying rent
and that's why I feel like we have to obviously be appreciative of
take advantage.
and take advantage and be very grateful for, because that's like the devil's advocate to that. I'm all for us chasing our dream, you know what I mean, and not being complacent with our lives.
Yeah.
But I can understand where people are coming from when they do that. When a kid goes to college for 4 years, he gets a job that makes him $120K a year. You know, he can live in a nice, decent house in Long Island. And some people are happy that way. And there's nothing wrong with that. Me and you talk about that all the time. There's nothing wrong with that lifestyle.
Bro, I envy that. If you can make $100,000, bro, and have a white picket fence, and you're a teacher, and your wife's a nurse, and you guys have kids, and you're a high school football coach, and you're happy, hell yeah. That's awesome.
But yeah, and that's just the life that I want to live. I don't think it's the life you guys want to live. Because we know there's so much more out there,
Right.
bro. We know our potential, and our ceiling. I mean, I know for a fact, bro, my ceiling it's never ending. I feel like I can accomplish whatever I want to do. Because I've done it to this point.
Yeah.
To an extent. You know what I mean?
You've proven the concept, on a smaller level.
On a smaller level, like, there's no reason I should have had a college basketball scholarship. I had 25 plus. You know what I mean? How many people told you guys, you were a stud? This guy was a stud coming out since 9th grade. Greatest, I'll put the link in the description. The greatest.
The greatest.
Highlight
Number
tape
one
of all time.
highlight tape
Cody
ever
Paul,
made.
Tavon Austin.
Way better.
You name it.
Leonard
High
Fournette.
school, college.
How about that?
His 9th grade highlight
The
tape.
best highlight
This
tape
guy
of
did
all
not
time.
get tackled for the first 5 minutes. 5 minutes, he did not get tackled.
Touchdown,
Well, I appreciate that, but
You had 36 touchdowns in 8 games?
yeah.
36 in 8 games.
Yeah.
So
I know.
my point is, you've been, you know what I mean? You've been very good at football since a young age.
No, but bro, that's why I'm fucking so amped about this guy. Because, bro, like, as good as he was at football, he's a way better fucking person.
He can apply it to other aspects
else.
of life.
Well,
Absolutely.
Well, staying on that topic while also going back to like the windows.
My bad to speak over you, bro. I just wanted to fucking say
no.
that, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to the windows thing you were talking about. You know, my father like was pretty tough on me for sports. You know, Jake knows. Anyone who knows me, grew up with me, knows.
Right.
You know, I was very consistent. I was from 12 years old. From 12 years old.
Bro, this dude was running miles at 12.
Yeah, you know.
12 years old.
I was
bro.
bench
I was
pressing.
the biggest 14-year-old I ever saw.
By 14 years old, I was doing 225 for almost 20 reps.
How much
At
did you
14.
weigh at 14?
I was probably like
We're
200.
insane.
I was like 200. I was a big boy. But anyway,
Insane.
he had me working out. He had me training. And actually, the windows was a perfect example because my whole life, he would do that to me. You have 4 years of this high school window to get a scholarship.
Yeah.
I got that. I got to college. You got 4 years to make your mark and get the NFL tryout. And then my senior year, he kept saying like he would physically close the window on me.
Yeah.
Right? Until March 22nd, my pro day is March 25th, COVID hits. Bam. Window closed. I had no say.
Yeah.
I lost my pro day. I lost my pro day because of COVID. I know a lot of people got screwed up with COVID.
Yeah.
But when that window closed, I don't think my father was ready for it to close. I wasn't ready for it to close.
Tough pill to swallow.
But now the way I think about it is, I built this house.
Bam.
I put more windows in that house.
Wow.
Just because one window's closed, I have
another one.
I have many more windows in my house.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm finally starting to realize that. And Jake opened me up to this whole mindset, which I appreciate more than anything in the world, because, you know, I was getting small-minded.
Right.
I was getting complacent. The sickness was latching on to me. Now that that's closed, I turned around. I got more windows. You know, so I'm going to go to my next window. And just when one closes, you remember, you got more. Your house is an infinite amount of windows.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, if you think you have one window, I'm sorry. I feel bad for you.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people they don't realize that.
No,
Right?
we're talking about today. Jeff Bezos, 23 years old, flipping burgers at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Right now.
How many times you see one of those pictures online? Samuel Jackson was 38 before he got his big role or some shit like that.
Think about even the show that just came out, Squid Game.
I haven't watched
10
it.
years he was shut down.
10 years people denied him. No. Now it just became the most viewed show in
That's
Netflix
him.
history.
Yeah, bro.
That's him sticking his arm in the window. I'm not letting that close.
Nah.
That's
You know?
consistency. That's
Intensity,
You know what I mean?
conviction, dedication, passion, aspiration.
but
Absolutely.
Termination.
Asian.
Annihilation.
Nah, deadass, bro. Like that's what's so upsetting to me about our generation, bro, and the culture of rushing things and wanting things now. It's just like if teachers, like, if we want to have a good society and people want to actually be role models, like, we need to stop feeding into the bullshit that, like, if you want something, well, I don't know if there's bullshit around that. We need to congratulate winning, and winning is a series of doing the same thing over and 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 over again until somebody finally recognizes it.
See, but that exact definition you just gave, somebody would say that's insanity until it works. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, it's insanity.
No, but fuck their opinion, fuck the insanity, bro. I don't give a shit about any of that fucking shit. I'm saying self-belief in yourself. You have a think big, bigger picture. Like, I know that I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do in film.
Right.
Whatever the fuck I want, bro. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah,
I know that I can make as much fucking money as I want. Now, like, I allow God to guide me to these places, but what the point that I'm trying to get across is that, outside opinions, there's too many of them. People are fucking seriously influenced by other people in a negative way. Honestly, bro, the best way that I feel, if you want if you want quick results, here's how you get quick results. You delete all your social medias, okay? You stop watching TV.
Done.
You stop playing video games.
Yep.
Right? You and then you take all that fucking time you had, and you invest that into learning a skill set. Do it for a year. You'll have 4,000 hours put in.
Check your phone. When you do your screen time, if it says you have 8-9 hours of screen time, imagine if you had 8-9 hours of...
Let's do the math right fucking now.
Yeah,
Let's do it. Let's do 9 hours. You spend 9 hours a day. Fuck it. You're going Super Saiyan, bro. You're doing 9 hours a day. 9 hours, 30 days. 9 times 365. 3,300 hours you put in. 3,300 fucking hours you put in the year. It takes 10,000 hours to become a master of something. In the book Outliers.
That's your first year.
In one, you need so 3 years with that amount of work ethic, you could become a master, a ninja, an assassin. Yeah. All because you stopped playing fucking video games, you put down the fucking pie of pizza, and you started getting the fuck after it. And I'm not saying that to be a dick, bro. I'm not saying you even have to be that intense. I'm just saying, if you want quick results, that's the way to get it.
But I feel like you can't force people to do that, bro. Like, they say you can take a horse to the water, you can't make them drink it.
Can't force someone to do anything.
In today's society, I feel like it's so soft and so watered down than from when like our dads grew up.
Right.
And they instilled a lot of their upbringing into us, and then we're taking the newer generation and kind of mixing both worlds, and I feel like that's the best of both worlds.
You need the creativeness and the uniqueness of the new, and you need the work ethic.
The tough nose, the old school.
You bring that together.
And then, you can...
Bada bing, bada boom.
And look at a lot of guys, like, say in our space, like, look at the Logan Pauls, the Jake Pauls, a lot of boxers that are young coming up. Like, bro, these guys are the same way, you know what I mean? Like, they have what their fathers instilled in them, and then they have the new... creative mindset with the new generation, and just
look at what they've done.
And being hip to trends.
Bro,
Seriously.
Logan Paul and Jake Paul, I think they paid $300,000 to show up to a public event. To show up
just
somewhere.
To say.
To show
and
up,
probably
bro.
leave in an hour.
I found out so much. Here's a pro tip for anyone that wants to make fucking money and doesn't really care how the fuck you do it. Not in a way that hurts other people. Bro, I just got back from Miami. I didn't know this, but apparently NFTs are the fucking shit, bro. Yeah. And it's still so fucking early. So early that... Bro, if you want to spend a week, you know more about NFTs than 99% of the population. Easy. 1 week.
It's in the infancy stages right now.
So you know what? If you don't like your fucking life, bro, and you just want to make fucking money, spend a year, figure that shit out, bro. You will be a billionaire.
Not even.
Billionaire.
If you spend 2 months.
They're killing. The influencers are killing.
Yeah, I know.
Killing.
But, so I'm not too familiar with the NFT space, but I know enough.
Even
to
crypto too.
Yeah. Right. But guys like you said, the influencers with a following, right? Yeah. When they purchase an NFT, they already have people who support them. So when they buy it, it holds value. If the everyday person was just to buy a regular NFT, no one is going to pay $500,000 for it because you are no one. So unless you get in or you spend a lot of money on an expensive NFT that the ones like Steph Curry had, like the monkeys, Odell, Steph Curry.
Is there a way to day trade NFTs?
Well, you don't trade them. So you would buy one and then you own it.
Right.
And you sell it, buy and sell.
Well, you want to buy it and then you want it to gain value and then you would sell it at a higher token for what you bought it for.
Right.
But my thing is, if me and you were, me and you can make an NFT.
So maybe that's the way. Let's find an artist now.
My guy Sonny can make us NFTs.
Yeah.
Like he can make us an NFT right now.
Yeah, but
we can give him a design. We can put it out on the market, but no one is gonna buy it for $1 million because we don't have names right now.
Well,
so the NFT market, I feel like, is controlled by the people with the power and the influence on the rest of the bigger. You know what I mean?
So get creative. Get creative.
All right, we're back. Yeah, jump into what you're saying. Yes and no with the NFTs.
So you were talking about how NFTs are being controlled by the top, and like I said, yes and no, because you could say the same thing about stocks, but the way I would look at it is we have a buddy, a mutual friend that buys these NFTs himself, not super rich. He has money, he works his ass off, smart kid, and it started out with a $500 NFT, sold it, made a couple bucks, bought a $1,000 NFT, and he worked his way up. So now he's with he's with some big players. He's buying stuff for like 15 to 18 Ethereum, and it started with just buying some low stuff. It goes up in value. It's getting lucky. You're gambling, just like anything else. You know, yes, does it help if you have 10 million followers and like I make an NFT, I have 100 of them, and Jake's got 100 million followers. I go, yo, Jake, shout out, you know.
I got you. Let's money launder, baby.
Femi tees, you know, whatever. And he, boom, yo, you gotta buy these, and boom, 100 million people just saw that. 1% buy it, I make a fortune, and I ride off into the sunset.
Yeah.
So like it goes in both ways, and there's extortion in any industry.
Yeah.
But you know there is a starting place for people to get into. NFTs are super young. They're in the baby stages.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even crypto's still advanced, but it's still pretty early for crypto.
Very early.
You know, until we start using it like every day to buy stuff.
Yeah.
You know, to
It's
go
only
to the
gonna keep
grocery
growing.
store. You know,
It's gonna keep growing.
keep growing.
People are offering it now, like pay me in crypto.
Yeah.
Like I bought a course the other day online, a filmmaking course. Yeah. One of the options was crypto.
Right.
It's crazy.
But yeah, so the NFTs definitely has an entry level for people to get in, and now would be the time because you by luck you could buy one, and boom, it's on impulsive, and Logan and Jake Paul whatever, and they're all talking about it. Mike Tyson comes on, eats some shrooms, says he loves that fucking funny NFT, makes him laugh his ass off, and
Could get lucky, yeah.
and somebody
Absolutely.
gets their break.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have anything in the space, then obviously you have no chance of blowing. But it can't hurt to throw one in the space, and
you miss 100% of the shots.
You don't take.
You don't take.
There you go.
That's it.
I had a conversation with my friend the other day, and he's very successful, and he was telling me that you need to. He said a lot of people, they look for something, then try to solve the problem once they're in it. They try to join something, right? They try to go all in on something and then try to solve the problem. He said the way to make it in this world, he said you need to solve a problem first. Solve a problem, master it, right? Find all the answers for it, be great at it, whatever it is. Then do a service for free. This is what he said. He makes well over 6 figures, very successful.
Yeah.
Find that thing that you can fix the issue for, do it for free, and then people will obviously start to pay for your service once it becomes reputable. So like, what are your guys' thoughts on that? Because I was trying to tell him, I'm like, yo, at least in my space, say for the basketball world, like nothing's guaranteed. Like I can't fix a problem with a kid that's not getting recruited because I can't force another coach to give you a scholarship.
Right.
I can't, you know what I mean? I could train this kid 7 days a week, 3 hours a day. I can't guarantee that he's going to be as good as LeBron James. So I feel like that is very true in certain spaces. So like, where would you see a space where that would work? Fix an issue, do it for free, then charge for your service.
Majority of filmmakers do that shit, bro. Yeah. Like I'm not talking about like the guy that I'm speaking about the people that I've met, like bro, especially in the influencer scene, bro, they have kids hitting them up every day. Hey, I'm an editor. Hey, I'm a graphic designer.
Right.
Hey, I'm this and that. Bro, people are showing up to their cribs. Like, hey, I'll work for free. I'll work for free. And it usually ends up working out for them. Right. You know, they work for free, and there you go. If that's what you want to do. I mean, listen, I'm a skill set guy. I'm with your boy. Master your fucking craft, then bring it out into the world. That's essentially what I'm doing right now.
Right.
Like, I still need to make money. Like, I have a minimum of per month that I want to hit just to cover my expenses. But, like, bro, if fucking you, like, how many times am I going to talk about, like, I'm not at scale yet.
Yeah.
No. Bro, like, I'm, like, bro, next year, if God willing, I'm going to make a stupid amount of money. Because I'm gonna hit people with 10 things at once. A course, a mentorship program, merch, apparel, my YouTube, my Instagram, my TikTok, my videos. I'm gonna start an agency, but I'm building a lot of shit right now.
An empire.
You're building the culture.
I'm building that shit right now, bro. If I wanted to, bro, I can honestly make right now $20K a month filmmaking, but I would cap myself because if I wanted to make $20,000 a month, I would have to work all month. Right. I wouldn't be able to build anything else. No, I wouldn't be able to get any better. I would do a wedding on Monday, and then on Tuesday I would do a real estate video, and then on Wednesday I would just be grinding. On Wednesday I would do a music video, and then on Thursday I would do another fucking wedding, and I would just be grinding. And I could make a shitload of fucking money, but I would cap myself. So I would rather make $2,000 a month, be broke, right? Kind of worry, not like worry, but kind of just live like paycheck to paycheck, and then build all these different things. So when I'm ready to come out to the world, like your boy, like any bro, that's a story that I hear so many times. Like, person grinding their ass off, and then comes out into the world, boom, overnight success. But it wasn't overnight.
Yeah, they didn't see the.
They didn't see the fucking the journey.
So the journey's missed.
Do you ever think, if you were to do that lifestyle for a year, $20K a month times 12, 240 grand a year? What if you did that for a year and then took that 240 grand and then started something? Is that a play? Like, I don't know. To me, like that sounds like a not a bad idea. If the numbers were like that, if someone was like, "Yo, you got to work 5 days a week as a filmmaker.
Yeah.
I'll give you $20,000 a month. Mm-hmm. You're gonna work your ass off for a full year. You'll have $240,000, no tax, 240K cash. And after that year, wipe your hands clean. Now you can start your journey."
Yeah, I mean, listen, capital's capital, and like realistically, bro, like. Realistically, if I just had better credit, I wouldn't have to work at all. I would just get a $240,000 loan, and then I would be in the same exact place. You know, so
there's another avenue.
You know, and like now, yes, obviously, like, bro, if you have the energy,
this recording. Keep going.
If you have the energy,
we're good.
If you have the energy to do that, yeah, bro, get it. Me, bro, I like playing the guitar.
Yeah. Going to the gym for 6 hours.
I like going to the gym. I like doing a podcast with the boys. It's not sustainable. Now, you take 18-year-old Jake Moscato, who was doing football fucking 10 hours a day. Yeah, that might have been a thing. But, like, now, bro, I'm at a position in my life where, like, I don't want to do fucking grind. I don't want to do grind time. Like, because I want to make 200. I want to put the work in now. Like, I want to get better at my craft so I can make 240,000 on one video.
Yeah.
So you're ready for the moment.
So I'm ready. I'm fucking ready to go.
Yeah.
You know, bro, you don't find anything else. You don't find, like, you find more out about yourself when you're really, like, when the goal is of more importance than the dollar amount.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that was, I was watching Dan Bilzerian on Impulsive last night.
Yeah.
And they were just kind of talking about, they were asking him what was more important, fame or money. And he was saying fame. He was saying fame.
Why is he saying fame? Like what categorizes important? You know, what defines important?
Well, they were more talking about that space where.
I mean, I feel like that's the same thing. You know, I mean, granted, there's a lot of famous people that are broke. They are.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have money that aren't famous.
That aren't famous. So I see that, but you know, for him, you know, from what we see, he's got money.
Yeah.
And he's got fame. So that's like a tough question to ask. You know, if you ask post buds Dan Bilzerian, you know, which one would you choose?
Well, why did he choose that? What did he say his reasoning was?
Well, he was more so talking of the girls and the life and the lifestyle. Like, Mike was like, he's like, we don't call hedge fund guys to, you know, see where the girls are at. You know, or who's going to this party.
Right.
These guys are billionaires.
Right.
You know.
Oh. I think I've seen that quote. They asked him about like sex. He goes like, sex is cool, but $1 billion in the bank account's way cooler.
Yeah.
He said something. He made a statement. Just paraphrasing, but something like that.
Oh.
Yeah. So I mean, it was just like a thought that I thought of last night, where like you were just talking about, like we get very caught up in money and chasing the dollar sign, and we lose sight of what's important in the moment. It kind of ties back to what we were saying and what we think is important.
I mean, life. I think fame is would I say it's more important than money? Probably not, but I would say it makes you more powerful. Influence, like, all right, like you have 5 million followers on Instagram, you have 10 million on TikTok, and you have you have big fucking following, bro. Where would I want to go with that?
I mean, in today's age, what do you think would make you more money in today's society? Uber fame or Uber money? What could make you more money? Money can make you more money?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Rather than
I tell him right now, the hardest thing, and most super wealthy people would even admit it, the hardest thing in the world is your first $1 million.
Okay, but here we go.
Yeah,
like, let's,
I've heard
like,
that.
all right, so if you want, like, how do you make a lot of fucking money? Well, how do you make a lot of money is you're really fucking good at growing it. That's how you make a lot of money, right? Like, that's...
I mean...
But that I feel like that's a skill, or mommy and daddy. You know, you grew up into a family that was just producing fucking bango buck. The reason why I like the influencer route is because, bro, as soon as you get 300K followers, you're good. As soon as you can get in with the who's who.
That's what I'm talking about with the fame, how important that is in today's society. 10 years ago, maybe a little different.
No,
but
really,
I feel like
really different.
You can scale so much more. Because a lot of people aren't that intelligent with their money as well.
Right.
A lot of people have surplus of money and they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, but intelligence...
Financial literacy is very, very low in today's society, especially with guys our age or younger than us that are given all this money. Think about all the NFL guys that go broke.
Right. I have a teammate that the kid I was just with last night, first round draft pick, he's dead broke.
Dead broke.
Yeah, he blew it. He was a first pick to the Titans and threw his whole life away. Now he's back on the Giants. You know, God bless, he's getting his life together.
Yeah.
But he blew all of his money because he didn't know what to do about it. He's going to Gucci, spending $50,000 every day.
So that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm kind of trying to say really quick is like, yo, I understand, like, yo, like I get how, as I want to hear about in your opinion, why having money would make it easier to grow your money. But from what I've seen with these influencers is, bro, it's so, like, it's so, what would I say? It's so easy once you're in the who's who of those influencers to grow your money,
right?
Because they're all giving each other they have the best game. That's what I'm saying about these influencers. They have the best game. How you were talking before about NFTs, bro. They're smoking that shit right now.
They have the sauce.
Majority of the influencers that I met, which was crazy to me, bro. They all have like 4 or 5 different businesses, bro.
Yeah. Bro, because once you get to that, it's kind of like the mafia. Once you have your who's who, like your crew, like whatever crew it is, you're an organization. And I'm not gonna say organized crime. They're not doing anything illegal, until I know of. But you're an organization. So back in the old days with the mafia, the people in the town were in the mafia. So they'd give the concrete jobs to their boys. Yeah. They'd give all the garbage routes to their families. Yeah. They would give all the funeral homes permission and licenses to have, crematories in there. So more business, you know what I mean? So they set everyone up. You know, things in this world are easier when you have a support with you. Mm-hmm. You know, imagine if you had like your 5 or 6 closest boys that you ever know and grew up with, all supporting each other on the way up. Just like
that's what I want.
That's what I want.
You know? Like, that's what I'm looking to do, bro. Like,
and that's what they do.
That's
all they do. They support each other. You know, if one of your clients has an idea, a clothing brand, she puts it out there. The next guy with 400,000 followers, he throws it on. He gives it to his girl. He gives it to people. Like it spreads like wildfire at that stage.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why, like, bro, as I God willing, build a following, bro, and become successful down in Miami. I want all y'all to come down.
You know,
I want all y'all to come down because with whatever you're doing, I can put you in the door with someone that can help you get to where you gotta go. Same thing with you. I was blessed. I was given this opportunity, bro. I might as well share the fucking experience while I have it. I'm not saying I'm the keeper of fucking success, but I'm saying, like, I have an opportunity. I can get y'all in. I would much rather rise with you guys than, not to throw shade at the who's who and the influencers, but like a lot of the who's who are friends because they're just in the who's who.
Somebody.
It's like they're in a fraternity.
Right. You can pay for your friends, but it's a little more than that.
And they can relate. They can relate to each other. Like, we have relatives, like family, but like Logan Paul's relatives cannot fucking relate to him.
No.
There's no relation
to that,
even though they're relatives. I heard Mike Stud talk about that on his last podcast. Like, they at least can, like, if you're in the mega wealthy and rich and famous and who's who, at least you can relate to someone, so you can kind of already have a deep connection with someone, but still, majority of those connections are shallower than the ones that we have.
Right, and that's Mike in one of his songs. He talks about we came up from the basement, the same one we were raised in. You know what I mean? So he came up with his boys, from childhood, and they created that mob mentality. And,
right.
I forgot the country singer he had on the podcast, but he was saying that he feels like Mike is one of the first guys in the industry to create that mob mentality And now he sees a lot more artists doing that in the music industry, coming up and bringing their boys along, and kind of everyone has a key role in the success of the team. But they all have genuine relationships amongst each other.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the most important thing, because, like you said, like that group and that influencer stuff, it's gonna fade, bro. You know what I mean?
Once you hit the fan.
The fire's gonna run out eventually. Yeah. That spark, it's very temporary, I feel. But like you said, like with dudes we came up with and stuff like that, bro. I mean, I feel like we would just keep going, you know, and there would be no controversy or no second.
Yeah,
thing.
maybe.
I have a friend, who's, he's a billionaire, multi-billions, and he told me when last time I was with him that, even his father agreed, the number one thing, the most important thing to him right now is loyalty. That's why he offered me a job to go work with him, because he wants people he can trust.
Yeah.
It's not about money anymore. It's about helping out. And his father helped out his best friends. Surrounding yourself with people you can trust and you can depend on, that's the key to ultimate success for everyone.
And it all goes back into, I think, believing in yourself.
100%.
Because if you believe in yourself, then you don't give a shit that your friends aren't as successful as your new friends. That doesn't mean anything to you. You're looking at the loyalty, because like for me, bro, honestly, bro, I've thought about, what if I get invited to Logan Paul's event and I bring one of my boys and they do something stupid and they fuck the event up for me, and that kicks me out. Well, if I believe in myself to know that I'm a badass filmmaker, and that if my boy does something stupid, it's not gonna fuck. Even if I get kicked out of the who's who, I don't give a fuck, bro.
Bro, no publicity is bad publicity. That'll probably make you even more famous.
No, I know, but that's what I'm kind of saying, bro. Is that's some things I've thought about, as well, and that's why another argument for I want everybody to come down to Miami is because I always want to be surrounded by real shit. Always want to be surrounded by real shit. And bro, loyalty is bro, for instance, James Whalen. I'm mad close with James Whalen. And when I got to St. Anthony's, cloud's a crazy thing. 'Cause I've experienced cloud, at a huge level when I was 14. Not a huge level, but I've been clouded. I've been clouded before. And when you're getting clouded, you look around you and you're like, well, I like this kid, but they can fuck up my success. I don't really want to bring them around, I don't want, because I have friends that are I have friends, bro, you know some of the guys, they're kind of quirky, and if I bring someone around, I gotta kind of worry about them, watch them, make sure they don't do anything stupid. But with James Whalen, bro, in high school, there would be parties where people, there would literally be a chant going around fuck James Whalen, fuck James Whalen, and I remember having the decision of do I ditch James Whalen and be cool, or do I keep James Whalen around? And one day, bro, my dad actually helped me with that, and was yo, there was this one day, bro, where it was football practice. I didn't have my jersey, and you know how bad it would with a coach not having your jersey for practice, you're gonna get bro. It's real bad. And James, bro, gave me his jersey, bro, and didn't even go to practice. Gave me the jersey so I could wear. And in that moment, I remember talking about it with my pops, and he's yo, that's a real friend. And that's at the end of the day, those are the people you want to rock with, bro. Your real friends.
Right.
Even if they do annoying shit. Even if they're annoying, bro. I have fucking friends, bro, that annoy the fuck out of me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I do. Yeah. But they're real fucking friends. Yeah. And because of that, I'm fucking make it, and I'm gonna throw them a bone. And if someone has something to say about that person, who the fuck you talking to? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. That's just where I'm at, bro. When it comes to the fame and that.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, I got there with you. I've been there with you.
What?
I've had when you first started filming, weeks, days, whatever. When you first started, bro. I mean, you're so confident and so sure of yourself that a lot of people can't handle that. So when I would hang out with my other friends, they used to be like, yo, like Jake's tapped.
Right.
I told you that. I told you that the other
like,
day.
He's fucking out of his mind. Like,
Yeah.
dude, like pretty much like kind of even questioning like how I hang out with him. They're like, why? Isn't he like crazy?
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
my guy.
He's doing great. Yeah.
That's like my guy.
I had
He's gonna be filming, bro. You're gonna be watching your film. You're gonna be watching his films with your kids and your wife in a few years.
He's gonna say
you're gonna sit down on the
Jake
couch
Moscato,
and you're gonna be like, damn, I went to school, and then you're gonna be riding the Jake train.
And that's why I really love these influencers, bro, because you want to know all their stories? It's the same fucking story. I was bullied in high school, and now I am successful, and the kids that bullied me are hitting me up.
You're getting that right now.
Yeah, I was speaking to a guy at the gym who said he saw you at Lifetime. He goes to Lifetime sometimes, and he was like, "Yo," he goes, "I saw this kid." He goes, "I saw this kid at Lifetime in the locker room. He had to be talking to like a 90-year-old guy. He's calling him bro every other line in the sentence." He goes, then I go on Instagram and I see him on your fucking podcast.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, I knew
that guy was
kid.
100.
Yeah.
He's a
That's my
beast.
boy. It's Marty. I think he's gay.
I know.
Yeah,
Likes
hi.
him.
Marty.
Yeah.
Nah, he's the guy. But yeah, no.
Yeah,
Yo.
but it was just funny how like from the outside perspective, people could see you and they think you're, batshit crazy.
Yeah.
And they see you shadow boxing and dancing and rapping Lil Wayne in the gym and shit like that. And then, you know what I mean? But for the people who know you, it's like when people ask, I'm like, bro, this guy's doing great. He's fine. Like, just wait. You know what I mean? Just wait on it.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, bro, with society and value and, like, bro, how many times do we have to bully or talk bad about the eccentric kid? And then congratulate them when they make it.
Yeah.
How many times is that gonna happen? Billie Eilish, I'm sure she was fucking bullied or something happened with her. Like anyone, Charlie Puth, I'm sure kids were making fun of his fucking eyebrow. He's the coolest eyebrow ever, bro. And people were making fun of the fucking eyebrow. It's like, we need to teach that too, man. Like, our differences and the things that make us who we are the cool fucking things, man.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. The support's always like one person, and the congratulations is always a crowd.
Bro, all because society has this person now is fitting into what success is. So this person like when it comes to I have a boy that honestly, bro, like, I think he's fucking crazy sometimes, but he's getting really good with money. Really good with money, bro. The kid's like starting $30K a fucking month. $30K a month. And he's only going up and up and up. And bro, if I wanted to rock with society standards of this kid, I would have stopped talking to him fucking years ago.
Yeah.
But that's my boy. I accept his quirkiness and whatever it is. Yeah. And now society would label him as successful. And I think that's horseshit.
Yeah. Yep. And then for the last thing I wanted us to touch on, is the difference between selfless, as you may know, and selfish.
Yeah.
So is there such thing as a selfless act, or is there always some type of you wanting something in return? Or is there, you know what I mean? Is there acts that are genuinely selfless and you are doing it solely for the benefit of the other person? Or are you always looking for something in return or for something to benefit you? Because it kind of is like, it's hard. It's a hard decision where, you want to do good for others, but like me and you always talk about, like, people, it's a, give and go society now where it's like, when you give, you know what I mean? You got to get something in return. So, I mean, I don't know.
I'm going to say my piece real quick. It's going to be a short, quick bullet point because I know you want to talk about it. Yeah. Yo, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I'm Selfless Films. Anyway,
battery died.
Alright, battery died.
We're not a logistics company.
Anyway, no, we're not even fucking a little bit, bro. Anyway, yo, this is going to be fucking crazy, right? Like, okay, so is there such a thing as a selfless act, or are we continuously doing things for others to get something in return? Bro, I'm fucking Selfless Films. I love that word. I want to find more meaning with that word. I don't know if this is my final point on it, but right now in this moment, I feel like saying being a selfless person, selfless in general, I don't know, honestly, if that's a real thing. I think that's something to strive towards.
Right. All right, so my take is that there is no such thing as selfless.
Right.
Like that, I mean, I know that's your brand. I support that. You know, I support selfless till I die.
Right.
But no. Even if, like, I picked his ass up in Newark. I dropped my buddy off at the Giants facility yesterday at 1:30 in the morning in Newark from out where I live. Damn
I was going to give this example.
Down in the Hamptons.
Go on, yeah.
You know? And, you know, I dropped him off, and I felt that was, like, selfless. But, like, why did I drop him off at his practice? I was like, I wanted to make sure he was safe. That was, like, my only thing. Yeah. But a part of me was like, yo, it's one of my boys. He's in the NFL. I'll do a good favor. Maybe one day he'll throw me some tickets, whatever. He'd be my boy. He is my boy. But I picked Jake up from Newark next morning. So I got home at, like,
2-hour drive again.
Yeah, like 2-something in the morning. After
telling me a month ago he was never going to do that shit ever.
I'm never going to pick him up in Newark again. Newark, you need to fix your ass. Anywho.
I drive there every other weekend.
I'm sorry for you.
My girl lives there.
Yeah.
Ah, Jesus. But anyway, I picked him up today, and like it was not even a thought. You know, I like to bust his balls when he's texting me. I'm like, you scumbag. I won't even tell him I'm going to get him. You know, I just start driving in the morning. So anyway, I'm driving there, and yeah, he's my boy. I always have his back no matter what. But even in this scenario where he is my closest friend. Mm-hmm. You know, I did that to better our friendship.
Right.
It wasn't selfless. I wasn't doing it just because I wanted to make sure he got home.
Yeah.
You know, I did it because he's my friend, and I want to strengthen this friendship as much as I can. You know, I chose my loyalty, and I'm gonna do that.
Right. I think that's kind of what I was getting at. Is I realized just how, like, every day. The reason why I made selfless films was because maybe at the time I was a little deluded into thinking that you could live an extremely selfless life, but it's almost like a dream to think that you could do that. It's like when you want to go on a diet, but then you reach for the cookie again. You keep reaching. I want to go on a diet, I go eat a cookie. But I say I want to go on a diet, I want to go eat a cookie. It's our egos. The only way to be selfless, bro, is to completely break your personality.
Yeah.
Your idea of yourself, because your personality has wants and it has needs.
Right.
And if my wants and my needs outweigh the favor that you're asking of me, it's not going to happen unless I'm seeing something in return.
Right. I hear that 100%. But like, I had two thoughts that came across from like both your points. I don't think what you did was selfish at all, though. I just think, like, if that's your boy, that's your boy.
Right.
Regardless of, you know, growing the friendship closer, I feel like you guys both know where you stand with each other.
Yeah.
I just feel, personally, that's a selfless act, bro. That's just being a good friend. You really didn't get anything in return. Did you ask him for gas money?
Nah.
You know what I mean? You didn't even. You guys probably had a good conversation on the way home. He told you about Miami, but that's what I'm talking about. Where I believe there is selfless acts. There's a time and place and scenarios for certain things.
See, the only time where and I read about this in school in college. I did a thing on it. It's a shame I don't remember shit from college, but they were talking about the type of forms of love. And the highest forms, and there's like eros and philia, like Philadelphia and friendship and all that. And the top love was like virtuous love. And the way they put it on in a diagram, it's when person A does something for person B solely and strictly for the benefit of person B and accepting no recognition. So doing something for somebody and just like walking away without them ever knowing it was you. Even then, there's still a gray area because in this like Greek text, it was saying if you felt any bit,
it's karmic.
If you felt any bit like better about yourself, then it's gone. You lose that virtuous effect.
Wow, so that
happens every time I give money to a homeless person.
Right.
I feel like I'm giving money to the homeless person because I think about myself as a good person, so that has further strengthened my belief that I'm a good person.
That's what I was going to touch on with the recruiting service that I try. I help kids out with basketball, and I've got 8 or 9 kids, full scholarships for free. Completely for free. I don't know, like deep down, sure, does it make me feel good that I helped another kid chase his dream and reach that goal of earning a scholarship? Yeah, I guess it makes me feel good inside, but is that selfish? I feel like I would much rather help this kid than charge him, because me and my partner, we started charging kids. We charged 3 kids. We never dropped this episode. Me and Jake had a huge debate about this. Don't want to get too much into it.
It's actually a really fire episode.
It looks like he's gonna get like a hot take right now.
Yeah, battery's running low. So
right, we won't get into it crazy.
Yeah, fuck. But that's what I was talking about, where I did not feel right charging those kids.
Right.
For $100. $100 is not helping me.
I hear you.
But that $100 might be his meal money for the week for him and his younger siblings.
Right.
Whatever their scenario is at home. I don't know. Right. But that's what I'm saying, where I wanted to genuinely help these kids because, bro, that's just the right thing to do.
Right.
That's the right thing to do, and I think what goes around comes around. Now, 7 laws of spiritual success. Good karma comes your way. You do good on others, good will come to you. So you could look at that as, yeah, that's selfish. I'm doing good to receive good in another area. But I don't think that's selfish, bro. I just think that's being a good human being.
Real good. Real quick. If you knew that kid was wealthy and had $100 million in his dad's bank account, and both family, everything, would you still not charge him?
I mean, I don't ask those questions, so I don't know. So I don't.
You just assume you naturally assume, you know.
Well, because when I would ask for the $100, I would get responses like, "Let me ask my mom."
Right.
Let me. And then Jake's point was like, "Yo, if this kid really wanted it, bro, he would scrape up $100." And I get that. That's that goal.
We're talking to I was busting at 12 years old. You know, Gino, shout out, give me a job. That long. But you know, I had money in my pocket.
I get that, bro. Yeah. But we also. To touch back, we came up privileged. We came up in different households. Right. I'm sure we've all had teammates that they didn't have it as good as us coming up. So $100 is different to them. Right. I don't want to go too deep into that, but my point of that, and then kind of what you were saying, is there a person, you know what I mean, that can do that? And then I look at Charlie Rocket and I look at Mr. Beast.
Hey man, I don't know though, bro. Mr. Beast is the biggest YouTuber of all time now.
Absolutely.
Right.
Well, is he bigger than PewDiePie?
Yeah, but now imagine this. Massive. See, I would agree with Mr. Beast if he wasn't on YouTube getting any chance. If he was doing everything just off rip,
bro, he's making more money than he's giving in a video.
Right.
Everything he's doing is amazing, bro.
Right.
It's if I could do that, that would be
genius.
Amazing.
Make 10, give away 5, you look great.
But look at Charlie Rocket. Charlie Rocket, I don't think he has that much money.
Yeah, but you know, Charlie Rocket is. I think Charlie's real thing, bro, is growth. I think he's an extremely ambitious and creative individual, and I think what he's doing right now, he's not going to see any monetary gain. He doesn't give a shit about the monetary gain. I don't think he gives a shit about the status. I think what he gives a shit about is the law of attraction behind it. Like, I said I was going to do this. Right. And then it came true.
But did you ever hear of the stories, like, of the stuff he's done for people? Like,
if he's told the stories.
Right, but he was asked these on a podcast.
Yeah.
Someone did some research. They brought the topic up and then asked him about it. He didn't just willingly, like, oh, I did this for these people. Yeah. I mean, we could look into it, bro. Like, and just some of his stories that he's told, I mean, they're long to explain. But, bro, I mean, I think that guy is genuinely selfless. Because, I don't know, I mean, from the outside looking in, I don't know the guy personally, but I really respect what he does. Mm-hmm. I also respect what Mr. Beast does, but I just think they're on 2 completely different spectrums.
I think maybe, honestly, bro, we just need to look at Selfless and Selfish and maybe look at how, like, maybe they're honestly the same thing. Like, maybe there's a way to cross between both. Mm-hmm. I personally, right now in this moment at least, believe that having an ego... If you have an ego, you're selfish. If you are awakened and enlightened and you're that's all the fuck you do every fucking day, bro. Yeah. Then maybe you of like the five of you in the world, maybe y'all are selfless. Selfless is like, let's look at the other side of Selfless. There's the other side of Selfless films. Lessening the self. Selfless. Less of yourself. What's the self? The self is your ego. As long as you have an ego, it's going to be hard to be selfless. Right. But like the ego, like what I'm learning now is the ego is like dude, we have egos. Let's celebrate them.
Yeah.
I'm the way that I am. You're the way that you are.
Yeah.
You're the way that you are. It's all part of the same fucking thing, bro. It's all part of what is, and we shouldn't demonize like that's the other me saying that, you know, me like meditating and then getting hyped, like, yeah, I'm meditating, I'm a better person. Just reinforce my ego all over again. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm lessening my ego, I'm a better person. Now I'm bringing back the ego.
Yeah, it's
So
not thinking about things, it's just doing them.
it's hard. Honestly, bro, at the end of the day, I really don't think fucking selfless or selfish or any of it fucking matters. It's like, bro, like, if you can be in service to other people.
Mm-hmm.
I posted something in my story the other day, and it was like, before I do something in my life, I ask myself two things. One, any decision, is this authentic to me? If the guy that I want to be, is this authentic to that person? And two, if it's not, am I at least doing it in the service of others? So if we could just strive to serve others and understand that there probably are going to be some selfish desires in there, maybe the world would be a better place. So.
Yep. Any closing takes on that?
I mean, coming from somebody based on what we talked about today, I would consider myself like fairly selfish.
Selfish?
You know? Just selfish. But like, it's not just the self, you know? Like, I would do certain things to benefit Jake.
He's ride or died me a million times.
Yeah, you know?
I was telling him that at dinner. I was like, I don't have another friend that has been more accountable for me than this guy.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm talking about. You know, like, I would do things to help out me and my people, which would be selfish to other people, but within my group, I'm selfless.
You're like selfless, yeah.
Yeah, you know, like, I would do if I only had $100 in my wallet, you know, and Jake needed it because I knew he was going to Miami or somewhere. He needed the money. I would give it to him. I would go dead broke. I would go $0 and give it to him to help him out. You know?
But
those are the people that you need, though, in your
Yes.
circle. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
those are the people that you need.
So it's like selfless. I mean, yeah, I got the $100 because maybe, you know, I sold a bunch of fucking Mentos to a kid and told him they were Adderall. And hey, $100. You know what I mean? If that's what it takes.
What the fuck you get into, bro?
If that's what it takes. You know,
That's what it takes.
You know what I mean, though. Like, I'll do what I have to help out, like, me and my people, my family. And, you know, whether that's considered selfish to other people, outside of it, it doesn't really matter because my world is what's under me. It's under my umbrella.
Yeah.
You know? So everything else out there, they're just background characters.
Yeah.
You know? This is our story. And that's how I look at life. And I think everyone should look at their lives like that. You know, we talked to one of his friends at the gym today saying that same thing. People walk around this world embracing that they're just a background character in the story.
In their own story.
And that goes back to the complacency thing. But, you know, why? Be the narrative. Control the narrative of that story. Don't just be a background character. Like, pick your characters, your protagonist, your antagonist, whatever it is. If your antagonist is a situation or a job, you pick it, you design it, and you write your narrative. Mm-hmm. And then now you have your story and you choose the ending. You know, and the ending's a million different ways. So whether some people will view you doing that as selfish or selfless, back to what you said, it doesn't really fucking matter, I guess.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just you at the end of the day. It's yourself.
Keep working, bro. Let's keep working, bro. Let's keep doing what we're doing. Honestly, like maybe even as an outro, like, you know, because bro, like, who knows how many people even make it these far in these videos. So like,
Right.
like a lot of the reason why we even do this, bro, it's like for us. You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, I commend the people that do make it this far.
Yeah.
But
If you made it this far, comment
Appreciate
selfless,
it.
you could, yeah,
and then subscribe to Selfless Films.
no free shout outs.
But that's not selfish. Alright, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, no, that was really good, bro. Appreciate you guys coming on.
Absolutely.
This is dope. Hopefully this isn't the last one we do before Miami.
Nah, we'll probably run like 2 more, some shit like that.
Yeah,
And bro, I'm gonna be coming home like,
I'll
yo,
be back on. For
bro,
sure.
I'm a homebody, bro. I still built this space. I wanna do things in it. I'm gonna be coming back home, bro. As
Yeah,
well.
cool. So, and then hopefully me and Femi will come down. We'll shoot one in Miami.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
living la vida loca.
100%.
All right, cool. Appreciate it.
They're not ready for that.
Yeah, you ready for that?
Don't talk about it.